All right, guys, happy Thursday. It's a new night of the week for our meetings. I just had to jump away from TGIT on ABC, so you guys should be thankful that I'm here. Um, anyway, so tonight I'm going to be talking to you guys about I wanted to talk a little bit about setting kind of appropriate goals based on your priorities. So if you are looking to accomplish certain income goals for your family, where you should be looking at rank-wise and leadership ladder-wise. So I am going to start my PowerPoint. If you guys have any questions, you can ask in the chat or save them to the end, and I will get on and do a Q&A. Let me bring this up, share my screen. Okay. Okay, so rank, the leadership ladder, building for rank versus income. What are your goals? Where do you need to be to achieve these goals? So I want to take a minute. And before we get going on the call, I just want to get you guys thinking about something. Thinking about what is your priority? What is your priority in this business? What are your goals in this business? What is your why? I know we talk about that a lot, but what is your why? And do those things coincide? So just kind of keep that in mind throughout this call, and we will touch back on it at the end. So just a little brief overview. What is rank? So rank is basically when you reach a new rank, you are included into a whole new level of the coaching compensation plan. You get a nice new title, a new certificate in the mail. You know, it's more than a shout out. What it really means is that you have proven yourself as a coach in this business, and you're receiving a promotion just like any other job. And with this promotion comes new perks and new opportunities. So that kind of leads me to the next one. Rank equals the potential for greater income. And I want you guys to keep that in your brain throughout this call today. Rank does not equal income. Some of the top earners in this company aren't at the highest rank because they have built for income versus building for recognition. But building rank allows you to have that potential to accomplish greater income. And so we're going to talk about where you should be shooting for rank and when you kind of need to take a step back and say, am I shooting for rank because I want to be recognized or because it's going to help me reach my income goals for my family? And as you grow in rank, you're regarded by Beachbody, your team, your downline as a leader. Whether you have one coach under you or whether you have 50 coaches under you, as soon as you sign that first coach under you, you are a leader. And if you look in our P&P, our great handbook of ethics, once you sign that coach underneath you, you're responsible for them now. They signed with you for a reason. They chose you to get started on this coaching journey with them, and that's a big responsibility. So, this just is a way to start seeing that you're a leader. Once you start signing those coaches, you are no longer saying, I just want the discount, or I just want to hang out with my FitFam. This is saying that you are wanting to grow your business and that you are now leading others to do the same. So before we get into rank and all that it does, I want to go over some of these things because big shiny rank and numbers can kind of get the best of some of us, all of us at times. I know that being recognized feels awesome, but I want to go over rank does not determine a lot of things. It doesn't determine your worth in this business. It doesn't determine your work ethic. If anything, your work ethic is going to help determine your rank. Whether you are a brand new coach or whether you are a star diamond, you should never lower your ethics or raise them based on the rank you are. It doesn't define your credibility. Whether you are a brand new coach, whether you are a 6-star diamond, or whether you're an emerald coach, you have the same potential as anybody else in this business. So it doesn't make you more credible than anybody else that you are at a higher or lower rank. We all have the same potential and the possibilities in this business. It doesn't determine your impact, your habits, your ability to change others, your leadership skills. You will grow as a leader the more your rank grows, probably, just because it's going to happen over time. But it doesn't define you as a leader. And it doesn't define your authority to coach, how easy or hard it is to enroll customers or coaches. We all go through the same process, and that process should be getting challengers into a challenge group, helping them see results, and then presenting the coaching opportunity to them. We all do that, like whether we are diamonds or whether we are a brand new coach. That is not any easier or harder based on my rank. What's easier or hard is that I learned that over time and I've kind of perfected how I do it. And it also does not determine your income. So remember that rank gives you potential for a higher income, but it does not define your income. I keep pressing the over button thinking it's going to move and it doesn't. So just a brief overview. Most of you guys have seen this graphic 1,000 times, but just to go over the basic ranks for some of you newer coaches, you can see the white is just you being a coach. Blue means you're active. Emerald status is having 2 coaches under you. Ruby is having, growing that. And then the diamond is having 2 emeralds and then 4 coaches total on each side. I will let you know, most people go straight from emerald to diamond. No offense to Ruby. It's just not a milestone that most people hit. Normally, the coaches going emerald on your legs is the hardest part of that. Signing coaches is not the hardest part. For instance, my second CBC right now has 6 coaches on each side. So I'm going to go straight to diamond. Like, I'm not going to hit emerald. If I was going to hit emerald, I would already be there. I need them to pop emerald. I need 2 emeralds to pop for me to go diamond. Does that make sense? So, and then star diamond just grows from there. So star diamond means that once you are diamond, you not only have emeralds on your legs, now you are growing leaders into diamonds as well. So just a brief overview of that. But so benefits for building rank, when you should and shouldn't push. So these are what I kind of feel are the benchmarks. And this is kind of how I am orienting my goals based off of my why and what I need for my family. So your first goal in this business should be to hit emerald. If you are wanting to grow this business at all, more than being a hobby coach, emerald should be your goal. And that is signing 2 coaches. This is when you start getting customer leads. You begin earning a team bonus, and we'll go more into that. But basically, by the volume of your team, by the success of your team, you can earn $14 a week. Like, just not based on what you sell, but just residual income that comes from your team growing. That starts coming as an emerald. And you earn free customers. Like, Beachbody says, hey, this person just signed up through beachbody.com. You help them, and then their next order, you get to start working with them, getting their volume, and then potentially working with them as coaches. So they start giving you these free leads once you hit emerald. And then diamond. So diamond's the next benchmark. Once again, I skipped over ruby. But diamond is just, it kind of puts you at like a higher status name. Like, everybody loves that diamond recognition when you get to say that you've hit diamond. You get diamond gifts in the mail from your upline. And at this point, that team bonus grows from $14 to $18 a cycle. You might not think that's much, but if you're cycling 20 times, that $4 each cycle adds up. Even cycling twice, you're looking at $28 versus $36. So it definitely adds up over time the more your team is cycling. And then you earn this matching bonus. So this is brand new when you're gaining. So this is a change from emerald. Matching bonus is even more residual income. So you get 10% of any members of your team that earn a cycle bonus. So say Kelsey's not one of my coaches, but her face is on the screen. But she's one of my coaches. She earned a cycle bonus this week of $14. I would earn $1.40 from that. I'm not taking away from her money because we're not a pyramid scheme, but that's just an additional little perk I would get as a diamond coach. $1.40 doesn't sound like much. Once again, over the span of 5 years, as your team keeps growing and growing and growing, that matching bonus really adds up. And it's 10% of every one of my coaches that is emerald or above that cycles for the week. So, it definitely adds up. I think, mine's not huge, but it's something I keep track of every week because I like to see that growth because it's showing me that my coaches are being successful too. And then 2-star diamond. So this is a big benchmark, and it just opens up a lot of new possibilities for you. So opening your second business center. Basically, you get to sign up yourself as a coach under yourself. And you may say, like, why would I want to do that? Well, most people do this and put this their self on their weak leg to build up that volume. So for example, I put my second CBC under my husband's business center. So now when all my volume is coming through this second CBC, it all goes up. So my husband is cycling more because of it, and I'm cycling more because of it. It all rolls up. So it's just residual income that I get to benefit from now, and I still get the commission in my, like regular. But it really, like, everybody told me that once you hit 2-star diamond is when your income doubles. And I have not seen that to be false so far. That was a huge milestone for me when I wanted to buy the house and wanting to quit my job. 2-star was like, I have to hit this. I have to open up that second CBC, build that up so that I can hit these milestones because that's where I need to be income-wise. So besides that, you get to qualify for the New Leadership Conference, which I just came back from in LA, and it is absolutely worth it. It is an amazing experience to be able to qualify for. It is a conference where you attend with other leaders that are 2-star and above, and it's just amazing. Like, so all live events are amazing, but to be at somewhere with other leaders versus being at like summit where there's just so many people all on different levels, and so all the trainings are geared more towards leaders and helping your team. It was an amazing experience. And because it's only like 200 to 300 people, like, they shower you with goodies, which is just really amazing. They gave us a ton of, you guys can see some of them on my bookshelf back there, but just a ton of fun stuff. So that, and then this also opens up your eligibility for being a premier coach, which is a high recognition in the company. And then as well as this 2-star bonus. And we'll talk more about it. But if you guys look in the corner, this was the most recent quarterly bonus. That double-star diamond pool bonus is just an additional $820 that the 2-stars made, that they got paid in January for qualifying for 2-star. And these numbers change, obviously. Every quarter, they are a little bit different just based on how many people are in that pool. But getting a random $800 paycheck on top of your regular weekly paycheck on a Thursday in January, or, whenever the quarter is a nice little surprise in your bank account, and a huge goal. Like, that was enough for me to want to shoot for 2-star. And so then 2-star to 5-star is kind of the next big jump, because that makes you eligible for the 5-star diamond pool, which you can see like jumps up considerably. And one of the amazing things about all of these pool bonuses, quarterly bonuses, are when you qualify for more than one, like, you get all of them. So 5-star not only gets 5-star, but they get, wait, no, Jess, did I say that right? Superstar gets all of them. Okay, hold on. I think I said that wrong. I can't look at anybody to see, but so 5-stars bonus was be 2,000. 10-star bonus is 17. Superstar, so that's a 15-star diamond, gets all of those. Like, they get all of those bonuses, which is pretty amazing. So another perk with the 5-star is getting 5 VIP coach relations line. So when you have issues with your customers, like, an order doesn't go through right, you don't have to wait for a regular coach relations. You have a VIP line to, like, get someone to answer you right away, which is really awesome, because as your business grows, your customer base is going to grow, your coaches' customer base are going to grow, and it's really helpful to not have to wait around, and that your coaches know they can come to you to get those answers. And then this also places you eligible for elite, like I said, the 5-star bonus. And once you hit 2-star, you also you get a representative from corporate that starts doing more like intensive trainings with you. So you get like a call from corporate, and they like talk to you, and you'll do like weekly calls with them. And that becomes more intensive as you gain in rank. And so then 10-star and 15-star are kind of the other benchmarks, huge benchmarks. 15 star is the highest rank that our company goes, and at that point you are a superstar diamond, and you can go 15 star in multiple business centers. So just those are big goals. Those are big goals, but starting small at hitting emerald, hitting diamond, and then that 2-star and those 5-star, just for the income growth that it's going to bring you, if not anything else. And just to clarify, so team bonus is calculated by the success of your team. It is calculated by what your PS coaches are selling and buying, and what all of their PS coaches are selling and buying. So that's why when we talk about all these like team bonuses and stuff, hitting emerald, like, you just don't want to stop there. Signing 2 coaches isn't going to earn you that $14 every week. Signing those coaches and continuing to signing coaches, and then helping your coaches sign coaches so that your team just continues to grow as much as possible, which leads you to these caps. So just to kind of show you the potential of what you could just earn from residual income for each of the ranks. An emerald coach maxes out at $250 in team bonus every week, which if they never sold a thing for the entire year, that would bring them $13,000. If they maxed out. And you can just see it grow for all of the ranks. I mean, look at Diamond Coach. They max out on cycle bonus at $2,000. Like, that's 6 figures off of residual income, never selling a thing to get there. I mean, obviously they had to sell a challenge pack at some point in time, but that income would just be solely on that, which is just amazing to see. Like, one of the reasons I wanted to do this call is because I feel like we often have coaches who can't understand the concept of why they would sign coaches versus just having them as challengers, because your long-term income is going to come from the success of your team. It's going to come from signing coaches and them growing their teams as well. You're only going to make commission off of a challenge pack one time, and then, hopefully that person stays on Shakeology and you get that reoccurring every month. That doesn't touch this residual income that you can grow by your team growing. Okay, so going into the leadership ladder. So we looked at rank, which is one way that Beachbody recognizes you. The leadership ladder, really, rank provides the framework for your business. The leadership ladder is an additional tool that was created in 2014 to really, it was designed with the ranks in mind, but it was designed to give you the ability to focus more on stretch goals, to be able to build your business, to be able to say, I need to earn this much a month to help my family. Where do I need to be? Because, I can tell you that 2-star diamond is going to help you double your income, but what does that mean? How do you know how much you should be bringing in? So this helps give you a better idea. And these are you start at business starter and then you go up from there. So these are the benchmarks. And this is what, when they did the study of it, they just basically said, like, let's look at someone who is a coach. They hit Success Club 5. They are just a coach. They're not emerald. About how much money are they bringing in a month? And so they started averaging these things out. So, and you can just look through them. Team Builder is an emerald or above who's hitting Success Club 5 every month. And here's where like the piece comes in where you're growing your income, is that now you have 2 PS coaches under you that are selling as well. They're active and they are earning Success Club points. And then it starts looking at your week leg volume and growing that from there. This is an amazing benchmark to say, like, this is so much easier for me to be a visual learner to be like, oh, I checked that off. Like, what's next? I'm making $1,000 a month. What's my next goal to hit? I'm diamond, I'm 2-star. I had 4 PS coaches hit Success Club this month. What is my next benchmark? Versus just saying like, okay, I'm diamond. What's next? Like, is it 1-star? Do I want to be 2-star? Like, where is that going to bring me? This is just the entire picture. And in a study in 2014, what they found was coaches who aligned with like these team leader benchmarks. So diamond coaches, looking at the team leader in the middle in the gray, coaches who were meeting all of these other benchmarks besides just being diamond, 63% of them by the end of the year had advanced in rank from Diamond. Only 10% of those coaches who were just Diamond and didn't hit the rest of these benchmarks advanced in rank. Hitting rank is awesome. Hitting rank can make you feel great. But if hitting rank is not going to pay your bills and hitting rank is not going to, help you accomplish those income goals that your family needs, what's the point of it? It's more so I should want to hit Diamond and become a team leader because I need to be making X amount of money for my family. It's just a different way to reframe it. So how do you build for income? These are just some tips, some things that I think are helpful. Setting goals for higher ranks and leadership ladder rungs. Once I hit Diamond, 2-star was my goal. I didn't really care about 1-star. It was awesome that it happened along the way, but 2-star was where I needed to open that second CBC. Once I hit 2-star, 5-star is my goal because I want that 5-star quarterly bonus. I want to try to hit elite. I'm basing them all off of, I'm basing my rank goals based off of my overall big picture goals for the year. So sitting down and really thinking about your goals and where they align on the leadership ladder and rank and figuring out the other pieces of it to help you accomplish those things. And then this is my biggest piece of advice. Don't limit your focus to just your PS coaches. And this is something that I think most of my coaches can say that I kind of pride myself in. You have to work with the willing, whether those be one person down from you, your direct PS coaches, or 10 coaches down. You should be working with anybody who wants to work their business. All that volume benefits you. So whether there are 5 coaches down and they're hitting Diamond and they're signing coaches and selling challenge packs, that volume ripples up. It doesn't hurt you to help anybody who wants to work their business. It doesn't directly benefit you with rank. You're not going to go 1-star when they go Diamond. But if your goals are to grow your income and to grow your business, it will help you. Develop systems and take advantage of what is already offered. We are coming to you with One Tribe with all of these monthly trainings, these team calls that are to help you grow. Get your coaches on them. Get your coaches into the trainings. They're not just because we want to see ourselves. We want to help you guys, and we want to make this an easy system so that you guys can replicate it. And when you sign a coach, you just send them the email that we made and customize it a little bit. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We are doing all this stuff. And if you develop something that works amazing for your team, don't hide it. Share it with everybody. Share it with your PS coaches and have them share it down, because all of that is going to help make you successful. Maxwell says that 20% of your downline will produce 80% of your volume. If you go into your back office and look at your sponsorship drill down, you probably have about 20% of your coaches in your whole downline, all your baby coaches and down, that are actively working their business. Work with the willing. That is my biggest aha moment from last year, is that I was doing so much messaging coaches saying, I want to help you. Don't you want to reach this goal? What can I do to help you? I was messaging coaches and I was getting ignored. I was messaging coaches who didn't care that I was reaching out because they weren't ready to be working their business at that time. They weren't willing. And I was wasting so much time focusing on those PS coaches, trying to help them, because it would benefit me in rank wise if they, work their business and accomplish goals. Instead, I need to be focusing on pouring my time and energy into anybody in this business, in my downline, that wants the help, because it's going to help them, which is always a good thing. And karma is a good thing to be a good person. And because it is going to help me reach my income goals. And I feel like money is such an icky thing to talk about, but Carl said it amazing when he did that Shred Nation call the other week for us. He said that we are in a profession to help people. Every other profession out there that helps people, nurses, teachers, firemen, policemen, they get paid. It is okay that we get reimbursed for our time and effort that we put into people. People get so icky and think like, I don't want to talk about building for money, or I don't want to talk about this or that. Building for money so that you can help people, so that you can travel the world and go to orphanage, like doing all these things that your heart desires is much better than just building for rank to say like, I'm a 15-star diamond, but I can't, I haven't accomplished these income goals. Being 15-star diamond is awesome. The recognition would be amazing, and I'm sure they're still making a pretty penny. But if you're not hitting those ranks, if there's nothing to grasp on behind those ranks, if there's nothing that you're pushing for that's fueling your why, then like, what are you doing it for? I got off on a tangent there. So, and opening multiple business centers, like I said, hitting 2-star and opening that second CBC is a great way to build your income. This is the same thing as building up your spouse's business center. This is the same way as building up a family member's. Once you open up that second CBC, if you've built your husband to Emerald or above, or built another family member, start working on getting that second CBC to 2-star diamond so you can open another CBC. Every time you get another business center to 2-star, you have the opportunity, you have the choice to open another business center. In a business where there are so many uncontrollables, things that we cannot predict, having yourself as your own coach multiple times is a great thing, because that is one less thing that you have to worry about being unpredictable. Jess just went diamond in her 3rd CBC today. That is another diamond that adds to her rank that she doesn't have to worry about losing because she's in control of it. Like, just think about that. Think about all the potentials there. Okay, and so I'm going to share this in the team page. In OneTribe, I'll post it. But this is a great way this is just kind of a little add-on, but this is a great way to figure out where you need to be rank-wise, and what you need, where your volume needs to be based on your income goals. So the Excel sheet for this looks pretty. Literally, you just put in your weekly earning goal. If I want to earn $3,000 a week, I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put my team cycle amount. Diamonds and above are at $18. It will tell you how many times I need to cycle. So it will tell you where your weak leg, where your strong legs need to be, how many people you need to have on Shakeology HD. This is amazing, and it will make more sense once you start plugging numbers into it. This is an amazing way to see if you're having a specific income. For me, quitting my job, I have a number in my head that I need to hit. This tells me exactly how I need to hit that number. It gives me quantifiable. I am a list girl. I love checking things off. It gives me, you need to be here, Kristen, to be able to do this. And so I really like that. And I will share that with anybody who is interested. So coming back, what is your priority? At the end of the day, Beachbody community, the leadership boards that are always so pretty and glittery and shiny, the events that you get recognized at, the overall recognition, the respect and admirations of your peers is amazing. But is rank your priority? If income and helping your family is your priority, we just went through the rank benchmarks that should be your priority. Think about your goals. Talk with your coach about your goals. If it's your goal to quit your job, or your goal to pay off student loans, or your goal to buy your family groceries every week, talk with your coach about those monetary goals, your why, to buy your home, like buy your first house. Talk with your coach about those things and see if they line up with where you are rank-wise, where you need to be rank-wise, and where you need to be on the leadership ladder to accomplish all of those goals. Okay. I'm going to stop, maybe. Okay. So that was it. That's all I've got for tonight. My throat is hurting a little bit. Did that make sense? Do you guys have any questions for me? I'm going to look at the chat. You guys can unmute yourselves and ask any questions that you have. Yes. So Jess brought up a good point. So building up your second CBC, and I kind of touched on this, it helps build your rank in your first CBC. So going diamond in your second CBC is going to, if I go diamond in my second CBC, that could put me to 3-star. That makes me eligible for even a higher cap out each week on my team bonus, which gives me more potential for income. And another thing, thank you. And all the quarterly bonuses do build upon each other. Thanks, Jess. I couldn't see the chat while I was on there. So Kelsey, that's a good question. With needing to be active in all of them, you do, but it's not hard. I mean, like I place all my orders go through my second CBC. My Shakeology, everything goes through my second CBC, and all of it comes up. So anything that is placed through my second CBC, like, makes my first CBC good. That's where I get my commissions. That's where my success points come, all of that stuff.
And also, just, you have to remember that if you get to 2-star, you have a lot of freaking customers and coaches, and those customers stay on your first CBC. Like, you can't transfer people between your business owners. So once you open your second one, then you start putting all your customers there. So I've never had to worry about keeping one of my business centers active, just because you've got old customers on every single business center to keep them active for you usually.
I did move my Shakeology to my second CBC because I wanted to benefit from that volume, which I kind of went back and forth about, because I wanted to still qualify for leads, which I do. Moving my Shakeology to my second CBC keeps me at that HD that I need to get leads and everything. I'm benefiting from my own volume. Like, when my Shakeology orders, Travis cycles and I cycle just from me ordering Shakeology through my second business center. Yes, I will share the spreadsheet. It looks much prettier, the actual spreadsheet, but I'll share the link. It's super easy to, like, plug everything else in. Rebecca, I'm sorry. I know it is confusing. It took me a while to kind of grasp all the cycle bonuses and how they work. But I'm telling you, like, that 90% of my income, probably more than that, comes from cycle bonuses. And that has just grown over time. Like, that's when we tell you guys in the live happy hours, when we tell new coaches that we don't benefit from you unless you're successful, that's what we mean. Like, if you're just a coach under us, we might build rank, but income-wise and stuff, we don't ever benefit until you guys are seeing success in growing your teams. And even then, we're not a pyramid scheme. We don't get a portion of yours, but we do bonus off of it. Travis, no. So Travis is his own account. He is signed up as a coach under me. So in my first CBC, Travis is one of my coaches. He is on my weak leg because Jess is under me, under Lacey, on my left leg. My left leg is super duper duper strong. So my right leg has a lot more coaches. So I'm up here, Travis is here. I put my second CBC under Travis's, so it just keeps cycling. It's in my first CBC, but where I placed it in my downline, so like my little pyramid looking thing, it's under Travis. Confusing? Yeah. You guys can unmute yourselves too. Oh, Kelsey, I'm glad it's all starting to click. I feel like for me, that's just kind of what happened.
Also, this isn't to confuse you guys, but it's kind of, I think the goal here is to get you guys forward looking. I just had a meeting with corporate and I was telling her about our, kind of what our team's working on. And she's like, never have your coaches push for diamond, have them push for 2-star, because that's when the magic happens. And it's just letting you know that there's something bigger and better out there. And sorry if you guys can hear my kids' TV, but there's something bigger and better out there, and you don't want to just push for diamond. Diamond's not the end all be all, and you don't have to understand all of the rest, but just know it's there, and that diamond is just another stepping stone. It's not like, oh, I got to diamond, now I get a rest. Like, that's just like emerald. Like, you hit emerald, on to the next. And that 2-star is really where you want to, you know, at least grow yourself to get that second business center. And it's something a lot of us never even knew existed. So we never even knew to push for it. So we just want you to know it's there. You know, you can duplicate yourself once you get to 2-star.
Well, and I think for me, it gave me a reason to push for it. Like, you know, going 1-star is great. That means that you have developed one leader under you. But knowing that, like, the potentials of 2-star to grow my income, like, it doubled my income. Like, when everyone says that, like, we're not bullshitting. Like, I'm sorry, there's a child. I'm sorry. I'm not joking. Like, it legit does. And it's kind of hard to explain, but it's to give you something to push for, because I feel like so many people are like, well, why should I be emerald, or why should I be diamond? So that I benefit you? No, so that you can accomplish your why, so that it gets you closer to staying home with your kids one day, so that it gets you closer to buying your home, paying off that student loan debt. Like, that's why, not because it benefits me. Me going 1-star, adding a star to my name doesn't benefit me. It gets me a really cute shout out on a Thursday. It gets my name on the national wake up call, which is awesome. And I'll get to walk across the stage, maybe at Summit, but how big Summit's growing, like, you just never know. But my income wise, it's not going to directly benefit me that you would diamond tomorrow. You know what I mean? Ask me some more questions. Y'all have me awake now. It's so quiet. I need someone's like noise or something. It's like so quiet. It's crickets. No other questions? How many of you guys are in the Poppin' Diamonds training? If you weren't in the Poppin' Diamonds training, I hope that in your emerald, I hope that this made you at least want to be in there a little bit more, to know that what the future holds. That was really my point in this, like Jess said, just to let you know, like, what you can be shooting for, and why you're shooting for those things.
So, okay, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you, like, physically control, this may be a topic for, like, or question for a whole nother topic, but can you control physically where people are, like, in your, like, because I feel like all of my people that I've added have gone to my left leg. Yes. And there's nobody on my right. So how do I mean, from what I understand, you can't move people once they're there, but how do you?
Yes. Hold on, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So if you go to your online office, I'm going to share my screen for a second. So go to your online office and you go to my preferred placement. And at that point, you can set where they go. So if you know you're about to assign a coach, or say you have all of yours on your left leg, you need to go in here and set this to right. And your next coach will go on your right leg. You can also put in, like, an exact ID of, like, when I wanted my second CBC to be under Travis, I put in, like, an exact number of where I wanted it so that he could benefit from my second CBC. But most of the time people will have this set on, like, your weak outside leg, because that's what you want to grow. But for you, until you are emerald, until you are diamond, you need to be balancing out both sides. So go in here and, you know, put them all on your right, put them all, you know, anyone else, put it on your left if you need to, and be checking it, because you do have the power to change it if you see it quickly. You can send an email into compliance and they will move them into a different leg. But is that 48 or 72 hours? I always get confused.
I think you have 5 days, and there's a form online that you just fill out.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I haven't had to do that for a while, but yes, you can totally go in there and do that.
but only within the first few days. So once they've been there for a while, they're there.
Yeah, so you just, I mean, at that point, you just need to work on building up your network.
Balancing it out. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. And something I did want to say, with the work with the willing, that is why when you are hitting Emerald and you've signed up 2 coaches, you don't stop there. You want to keep cushioning and cushioning. Your goal, if you are trying to build this business in any way, should it be 3 to 4 coaches a month, if not more. Setting your goals high. When you hit diamond, just because you have 4 coaches on each side doesn't mean you stop, because you never know what coaches are going to be kick-ass and absolutely run with this, and you never know what coaches you're going to wake up tomorrow and they're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or like, bye. So you have to just constantly be bringing in new blood and working with who wants to be working. And patting that emerald, patting that diamond, so that you don't have to worry about getting on every Wednesday and freaking out that you're going to lose your rank. You just keep adding coaches. And you do that by hitting Success Club and adding new challengers every month. You see how it always cycles back around to Success Club? That's what we're talking about. Adding new challengers, getting those challengers results, turning them into coaches, and you just keep growing your business. I know I'm going to at least sign 2 to 3 coaches each month from my challenge group. That has nothing to do with like strangers who message me or anything, because I know that I'm going to get people results in my challenge groups. They're going to fall in love with Shakeology, and the percentage of them that are going to sign are at least 2 to 3 people.
I have a question, Kristen. It's kind of about orders, but it's also because of coaching. So my daughter just messaged me today. She's in college. We pay for everything for her for the most part and use our credit cards. So like I put mine and my husband's under one credit card. So if I want to sign her as a coach, she just messaged me and said she wants to start doing 21-day fix and Shakeology and stuff. So if I order hers and put her under a coach, there's a rule about credit cards. Is that correct?
Yep, you plus 2. So you can.
You plus 2. Oh, so I could do my husband, me, and her.
Yep. And there's even, I really think there's an exception to that. If you even had more family in your household that you wanted to do, you could email compliance for that. But yeah, absolutely. If you sign your mom, if you sign a family member, they're not going to start getting crazy with credit cards until it's more than 3 people. So you plus 2 other people you can use like for your monthly fees, your Shakeology, and all that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds great. I bet. I wish that I would have known about this in college, because I just think about how successful I could have been if I would have started this back then.
Well, she decided to try to lose weight by becoming a pescatarian, which meant no meat. And I knew she was making up with it with carbs. And I wanted to tell her that, but you can't say it to them when they're like 20 years old, because then you're mean. And so she said to me today, I think I was just making up with it with carbs. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you
I remember being at my Christmas party for softball my freshman year, and I had given up meat or something, and I was eating mozzarella sticks instead. I'm like, this is not going to help me lose weight. Like, this is a very smart idea.
No, but I'm glad she's like, her and her boyfriend are both going to do the food plan. So at least they're together. So yeah.
So how does that all work with regard, I mean, it's like tax time, and so my wheels are turning. Like, so does every coach would get their own W-2 or whatever it is? And then what about for your CBCs that you put under? Did they get a separate tax form, or do they roll that all into one?
It all rolls into one. Like, once your Social Security is on something, it goes by that. So like,
but your husband, if you signed your husband as a coach.
Yep.
So I will say I got 5 different 1099s. So that's how many business centers we have. So I got 5 of them. But I know other coaches, like in the wall, were like, oh, all mine were rolled together. So it's either way, but like they're filed all together, if that makes sense. So
I didn't get multiple ones, but I didn't open my CBC till halfway through the year. So that could be why as well.
I'm a long way from there, but
I think forward. Like, that's what we want, is to you guys to be setting goals and thinking about the future. But yeah, so I mean, I take it all to a tax lady anyway, because I don't want to even try to deal with all it. So I just like put it all in a folder and hand it over and like this.
Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone who's like going to be going Emerald really soon after seeing this because they're like, oh my gosh, I need that $14 cycle bonus. It adds up. Like Travis is just at Emerald. At his CBC, I had him to Ruby at one point. Weird that I got him to Ruby. Before I started working at my second CBC, and he almost maxes out at his cycle bonus, which is just really exciting. I don't do anything. He has no orders coming through him. That's just all from my volume. Through a husband who doesn't do anything. Like he jokes that he's a coach and he asks how much money he makes each week, but he doesn't really know anything about coaching. Any other questions? Hearing you say you usually get 3 coaches that sign from your challenge group, how do you do it? I feel like I talk about it during my challenge groups, and we'll talk about the discount and our coaching happy hours, and just don't see anyone get interested. So I just shoot them a message. I've never talked about it in my groups. I know some people do that, like they'll go live and they'll say like, hey, what's next? You know, if you love this, blah, 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 blah. I shoot them a message, and I don't know, I just kind of feel it out. So when someone's Shakeology is about to order come up again, I shoot them a message and I say like, hey girl, just wanted to give you a heads up that your Shakeology is about to order. Hit on the 5th. If you want to cancel it, here's the number. If you don't want to cancel it, let's talk about some ways to get you a discount on your next order. At that point, if they say, oh my gosh, yeah, what's the discount? I say, well, don't think I'm crazy. I legit send this to everybody because it sounds like me. Don't think I'm crazy, but the cheapest way to get your Shakeology every month is to sign up as a coach and get 25% off of it. You don't ever have to buy or sell anything as a coach. My mom's been a coach for 3.5 years and legit has never worked with anybody, but she loves her Shakeology and it's the cheapest way she gets it every month. I shoot them a message, and I don't think I've had anybody tell me no in like the last like 6 months with that. And that's not like a toot my own horn. I just feel like I feel it out and I know who I can present it to based off of people who are. And what is awesome is like most of the time when I do present it, they're like, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about that. Like, yeah, I think that Asia, I'm pretty sure I said that to her, and she was like, yes, I've been thinking about that. Tell me more. And so you see who's showing up in your challenge groups, who legit loves their Shakeology, who's posting about it, and that's like, this is the best thing ever. Like, I want her to be my coach. Like, I want her doing that on social media. Anyone who sees like really good results, anybody who's consistently on Shakeology that you're like, girl, get this 25% off so you can get it cheaper every month. And, you know, I invite them to happy hours, but I'll also give them the option. Like, I have a happy hour next Thursday, or we can chat about any questions you have. I have a video that I made on YouTube that I'll send them sometimes if they would rather do that. But I make it personal. I talk why I think they would be amazing. And I know I make it sound really easy. And it took me a long time to get like a good spiel that I felt comfortable with and that I feel like kind of hit all the points. But I'll have a lot of people say they're just going to sign up for the discount. And then once they see how amazing we are and all the potential, that they end up doing more than that. Jackie, you're totally going to hit Emerald. I think some girls on here could talk you into coming to Summit too. When do you start signing coaches under your husband once your own CBC goes diamond? So once I got mine to like a really good diamond, that I didn't have to worry about it going anywhere, I started signing coaches under my husband. Once I opened my second CBC, I stopped signing them under my husband because I wanted my second CBC to go diamond. I will start building back under my husband once my second CBC goes diamond, and I just kind of alternate. So one under Travis, one under me, one under Travis, one under me. Because one of the things about gaining rank is it's not just how many diamonds you have on each leg, it's that you do have to have a certain amount of coaches on each leg. Like you can't just have 8 coaches and all of them be diamonds and be an 8-star. Like you're not going to be an 8-star. You have to have more coaches than that as a requirement as well. I've had 6 solid challengers who had amazing results and still cancel HD even after I offer the 25% discount. Charlene, I think it takes just figuring out the right spiel for you. I know that's not an easy answer. In the Diamond Trainer, we're going to talk about onboarding coaches as well. But I mean, I think that's the key, is getting them results. I mean, and some people are hesitant not to call Jackie out. I've been trying to get Jackie to be a coach for a long time. I presented that spiel to her over a year ago, and she told me no. And then one day she was like, hey, I think I want to do that coaching thing you were talking about. So you planted the seed, and you just have to keep moving forward. Keep hitting Success Club and bringing in new challengers, and keep presenting it, because, I mean, the odds are going to be in your favor that if you keep presenting it to challengers and you work on making it authentic in you and helping them see results, that eventually people are going to sign up to be coaches.
And also, it's, take a look at your customers that are in your groups. Like, are they your ideal customers? Are they like exactly what you want? I'll have people in my groups where they can, so they go in and out, and I have to sometimes look and go, these are not my ideal customer is a little bit different, and maybe take this opportunity to see where these people are at in their life. Are they your ideal customers? And if not, like, change what you're doing on social media to start attracting your people. Because there are people out there that want your help and need your help. And sometimes it's just about finding them and narrowing in on them. For me, it's like, even like, I know that my perfect customer and my perfect coach probably went to college. They probably are not a stay-at-home mom. They probably work full-time like I did, because that's who I can relate to. My perfect customer now probably only has about 20, 25 pounds to lose, and probably is like either wanting to have kids or, just had kids, so when those are like my perfect customers. So when people aren't, signing up with me and things like that, sometimes I have to look back and go, are these people my people? And if not, like, let's go back to the drawing board, listen to Anna Locke's webinar about your ideal customer or coach, and really narrow in to like, what would you need to say to that person, and start really talking to that person in your post, and not being so, this is going to sound bad, don't be desperate for people. It's better to have 5 rockstar challengers than 20 challengers who are not your people, because your people are going to sign up, they're going to hit the ground running, and they're going to go with you. Because you're
And
really
I think that kind of happens over time too. And I think as I've grown as a coach, that just has naturally started occurring with my posts, that people started relating to me more based off what I was posting. And I see that happen less. Like now the people in my challenge groups, I have some people that are going to fall off and not do this thing and, not see results and not continue. But the majority do. And I think it's who I'm attracting. And also think about those people. If they're quitting right after they see results, they're probably not who you want as coaches on your team. Because the worst thing is signing up a coach and then 2 days later getting a cancellation form, or a week later getting a cancellation form, and you're like, what the world? You just said you wanted to do this. So sometimes you just have to bless and release and say, like, they weren't meant for me. They weren't meant for my team right now. Colleen, that's awesome. I always tell people, like, Derek York said this in a webinar, and I always come back to it. He was like, when he was talking about going diamond, he said, when I present it to people, I tell them, like, you can sign up even just for the discount. And if someone's interested in it, you can help them. You can make commission off of them, or you can be my challenger and send them to me and I'll make commission off of them. And that is just something that's always stuck with me. Like, yeah, duh. Like, even if you just want to be a discount coach, but you have the potential that if someone says, like, hey girl, you look like you've been losing weight. What have you been doing? Oh, I've been drinking Shakeology. Take advantage of that commission. I know that sounds like awful kind of, but I mean, I would rather help somebody than send them to somebody else to help them. Like, duh.
And another thing, I was on a call with corporate, like I mentioned earlier, and one thing she said is, when you're talking to someone who wants to sign up as a coach, or you're trying to get them to, talk about the discount, but also say, and I can also teach you how to get your shakes paid for. And that's when people are like, yeah, I can get them paid for what? And that's signing 3 customers and getting their mom, their boyfriend, and their sister to do Shakeology, and theirs is paid for. And sometimes that alone can transfer someone from discount into working coach, and get some people that are interested, just like, you know, your coach, Colleen. And once they kind of get a few people interested, it's like, oh, I could do this. So sometimes talking about getting your shakes paid for can be great.
Jackie, did you see Caitlin's comment? She's selling her summit ticket because she's pregnant. She didn't know she was going to be pregnant when she bought her summit ticket, so she's selling it cheaper than what she can buy it for, right? Because it's the new price, the initial price. Yeah. She's in our Be Brave page, so you can shoot her a message. Anybody else? Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. End of the week, tired. Okay, well, if nobody else has questions, I'm going to stop the video and tell you guys. Oh man, did I mean to do that? Hold on. Shoot. End meeting. No,